Now, the usual questions that we get from our clients o dun naman sa mga followers namin, yung biglang tanong na, pwede bang magtrabaho sa Australia? Paano ako makakakuha ng visa sa Australia? Siguro really the right question is, what are the work visa that Filipinos can apply to work in Australia? So, what are those visa? So, when we ask what are the work visas that Filipinos can apply in Australia, marami po yan. There are about 7 of them. So, one is a temporary skilled shortage visa, the subclass 482. And then the second one is the skilled employer-sponsored regional visa. Ito yung tinatawag na subclass 494. This is a regional visa. So meaning to say your work must be located in the regional area of Australia. And then the third one is of course the skilled work regional visa. It's also a provisional visa, that's subclass 491. But unlike the subclass 494, the subclass 491 is based on skill select. So meaning to say you have to get some specific points in order to be invited, and then once invited, then you can apply for your visa. Pero yung 494, you will need an employer to sponsor you. I'm going to look at that a bit more later. So that's the third one. And then ika-apat, the fourth one is a temporary activity visa, the subclass 408, or what we call as COVID visa. So that is also a work visa. But unlike the other one, the 408 is usually applied here in Australia. There are some exceptional reasons or exceptional circumstances wherein you can apply the 408 outside. Okay, so the next one is the temporary graduate visa, the subclass 485, which usually go from the student visa pathway. So meaning to say you have to get the student visa first in order to get the subclass 485. And then another one, very popular among those people who have stayed in Australia, is the subclass 186, the employer sponsored visa. Now that's a permanent visa. Okay, so you have 7 choices. Pero ano yung pinaka-popular dito from the Philippines? Okay, so the most popular ones are, one is a temporary skilled shortage visa, yung tinatawag nating TSS, subclass 482. And then the second one is the skilled employer-sponsored regional visa, the subclass 494. Now, what's common between the two? Employer. Yun agad, employer. Meron ka bang employer na magi-sponsor sa iyo? Okay? Now, difference also, pagka 482, that's a temporary visa which can be located in the metropolitan area or in the regional area. And they do come in streams, no? Merong labor stream, merong direct stream, merong short stream, merong medium scale, short term stream. And also, dun naman sa subclass 494, regional base yan. So, yung employer mo ay dapat nasa regional area. And also, pagka sinabing 482, the basic requirement about work experience is 2 years. If you have the 2 years work experience, yeah, okay, pwede kang mag-apply. At syempre, kung ikaw ay magugustuhan ng employer. But in some instances, especially kapag may labor agreement, ibig sabihin ng labor agreement, merong agreement between the employer and the immigration, merong mga variations. Sa 2 years, minsan ginagawa nilang 3 years. Pero meron pa rin ibang concessions. No? So, I'm not going to go deeper on that side. So, ang pinaka-importanting malaman nyo for this, the visa that are in demand nowadays is 494 visa, the regional sponsored employer visa, and the second is the subclass 482. That's the TSS visa na palagi nyo nang naririnig. Ito ay work visa, parang mga OFW. Pero, we're different than OFWs. Australia is different from OFWs because in Australia, there is always that pathway for you to become a PR, so permanent residency, and then later on to become a citizen. Meron lang ibang visa na talagang nakakonsentrate lang sa temporary, no? Pero most of the visas, it should lead you to permanent residency. That's a big difference. Kasi kapag OFW ka, punta ka ng Saudi or anywhere else, walang PR yon, no? Palagi ka lang pansamantala doon, and then at the end of the day uuwi ka pa rin doon sa inyong sariling bansa. Okay?